Hello, everyone. It is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. I have my lovely co-hosts Alex and Therese back with us. They are introducing me to the world of K-pop. We've been doing this for, I want to say, a little over 6 months now. So if you are joining us for this one, awesome. If not, go check out. Like, we literally have a playlist of a ton of groups, and we try to do them every Wednesday and possibly every other Monday. So we're catching up. We got some good ones coming. So hopefully you'll be joining us. But Alex and Therese can say hello and all that stuff.
Hi.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for joining again.
Very cool. Well, guys, it is finally time. I know people have been asking for this group for quite a bit, and I've also been very stoked to tackle this group. But it's SSerafim. They showed up on my Spotify radio, and I asked Alex. I was like, "Hey, have you heard of this group?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're brand new." And I was like, "Sick. We should wait." He's like, "You should probably wait and have do something on here." And I said, "Okay, perfect." So we've been patiently waiting to get around to this group, but there were some other groups that took a little bit of priority. So, but yeah, I know nothing about K-pop music, and this has just been a fun time, getting into these. So, some good comment. Crusoe says hello, Cloud. Also said that another group who lost a member. We apparently have a track record for doing that, so I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, SSerafim. I guess Alice can give us a little bit of background, and Therese can fill in the blanks if need be on a little bit of SSerafim, since I don't know anything about them.
Sure. I'm also not an expert on SSerafim. I don't know a ton about them. I'm kind of just I like the music and don't know much about the members. Don't know much about their the specifics of the group or the dynamic or anything. But I can give you a little brief summary. They are a group that debuted under Hybe. And they're technically they're managed by Source Music, which is a company that's absorbed by Hybe or like
a subsidiary
operates within Hybe.
Okay, yeah.
But basically they're part of Hybe. They are now a 5-member. Sorry, I'm out of focus. They are now a 5-member group. They debuted as a 6-member group, but currently they are Sakura, Chaewon, Yeonjin, Kazuha, and Unche. And they debuted just last year in 2022.
Wow. Okay. Very cool.
I also don't know that much about SSerafim. I've been trying to do my own deep dive on them through the rhythm game Rhythm Hive. It's really fun little rhythm game. Collect cards of the members and all of their eras. And they got some bops, gotta say.
They sure do. Like I said, I'm not too familiar on all the details of the group, but I've listened to their albums. I've listened to the B-sides. They have some hits, so I'm excited to share the title tracks and a couple of my extra favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of all I got. I think we can jump into the first song. And this song, their debut, Fearless, did have their 6th member at the time, Garam. We don't need to really get into details. There's basically some bullying accusations that happened and ended with her not being a part of the group anymore. So this is, I believe, the only video we have with her.
Okay. So basically beyond that point, they just basically...
She was only a part of their debut.
That makes sense.
Okay. It was very quick.
Yeah,
after their debut.
It seems very quick, especially since they just debuted last year.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was quick after debut. I think it was pretty immediate. I think
during
the promotions. I think.
Yeah.
Crusoe said that she didn't even make it through the whole debut. And then Cloud did confirm that. So 2 weeks. Wow. Cool. All right. Well.
I guess, unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
But you know,
Don't bully people.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't bully.
Don't do it.
Not
good.
But you know, they got past it. So.
And here we are.
And
well,
if just my little fun fact, because I don't have many for SSerafim, but SSerafim is an anagram for I'm fearless.
okay. I'm gonna have to figure
Yeah,
that out.
you don't have to spell it out in your head.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have to
Take
do the
our
whole
word
thing.
for it.
Just think
I'll
about it.
just figure it out later. Anyway, SSerafim, this is their first song, Fearless, so jump into it.
제일 높은 곳에 난 닿기 원해 느껴서 내 answer 내 혈관 속에 날뛰는 new wave 내 거대한 passion 관심 없어 과거에 모두가 알고 있는 거 trouble I'm fearless a new bitch new crazy all I got next one Baby 저 highway highway 멋진 결말에 닿게 내 흉집도 나의 일부라면 겁이 난 없지 없지 What you looking at 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 I'm fearless You should get away get away 다치지 않게 다치지 않게 You should get away get away I'm fearless 욕심을 숨기라니 말들은 이상해 겸손한 연기 같은 건 더 이상 안 해 Cause you're forever with 내게 가슴 밖에 쓰자 일내게 내 밑으로 좋아 린세게 Take the word break it down down Baby 저 highway highway 멋진 결말에 닿게 내 흉집도 나의 일부라면 겁이 난 없지 없지 What you looking at 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 I'm fearless You should get away get away 다치지 않게 다치지 않게 You should get away get away I'm fearless I'm fearless 저는 없어 패배 준비된 paper Bring it 당장 내게 I'm fearless What you looking at 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 I'm fearless You should get away get away 다치지 않게 다치지 않게 You should get away get away I'm fearless
SSerafim.
Hey, there you go. The logo.
Yeah, there.
Right. Yeah, I did see. I think when Alex and I went to New York, he like bought a pin, and I was like, "Whose logo is this?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." I was like, "Okay."
I'm pretty sure that logo won an award.
Interesting.
Did it?
Did it?
I remember hearing about it, and I was like, "Really? Okay, good for them."
Yeah, good for them. Good for them. I thought this was good. I like this. I haven't listened to this one. There was one song that I'm sure is on this list that I have listened to.
You've heard Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's Wife.
Yes, correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's a fire track.
That's fine.
But this one was very good. I think it was very like vocally heavy, which I like. I think a lot of the like cool like overtones of like the harmonies and stuff really came down to like, again, the vocal structure. I feel like the like instrumentation kind of takes a little bit of a backseat, which is fine. And I think a lot of their, I would argue a lot of their ability to make the song interesting is more vocally structured out versus like other groups that we've had on and we've talked about, where maybe like instrumentally it's like really crazy and out there, and then vocally it's also very strong, but in a completely different way. But yeah, that was I thought it was very good. Definitely like the bass riffs, super tight.
Yeah, it has some pretty interesting. It's definitely like subdued instrumentals,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's interesting. Looking back at the track, when I have listened to all of their releases that came after, I really like the track. As a debut, I didn't really like it too much at first because it didn't really seem like it did enough to grab,
Fair enough. Yeah.
to like grab attention, because it doesn't really have a high point. You know what I mean? It doesn't really have like a peak or like a climax for the song, like something that really grabs your attention or like a focal point, a killing part, if we're using,
Yeah.
K-pop references. But as like a song on its own, it's really good. It's like what I would consider a really good B-side if it were a B-side. That being said, I think there were some cool choices. I like the kind of like the overusage of autotune as a stylization. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that
I
was
didn't really like that part.
really okay.
Interesting.
I'm a big like stylistic autotune fan though. I kind of just like it whenever anyone does it. Like more so when it's used as like an instrument almost, or used as an effect rather than used as a like hard correction.
Correct. I would agree with that.
That's
Who was the
pretty much
member
it.
that like came in really hot with the auto-tune? The Yakshi da 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 da.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think that was Yunjin. She had
Okay.
like lighter brown hair, right?
Yeah. Because
Yeah, Yunjin.
I do really like that part, and I like what autotune does with that part. But for the most part, when you're singing in a group, when you're singing like an ensemble, I don't think you need autotune, and I think I could still hear that processing in the harmonizing, and I didn't like that. But I did really like the parts that they used it overtly.
So would you like, let's compare to like Everglow's Bonbon Chocolate. Do you prefer the autotune in that compared to a song like this?
I think it matches Everglow's voices better. I think SSerafim has those kind of airy vocals that are very soothing to listen to, and adding autotune to it kind of makes it more nasally.
I think that makes sense because the Everglow song was
fair.
a trap song.
Yeah.
Bonbon
This is
Chocolate
very
a trap
much,
song.
yeah, like you said, this is very subdued, and I did like the subdued nature. I think it stuck out a lot to me as a debut, mostly because of the music video. I think the shots were incredible, and I think the concept was really cool. Not like cool, but like it definitely
aesthetics.
grabbed me.
Yeah.
It was like,
I think it's shot really well. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like, it doesn't look like the highest budget in the world video, and it doesn't have to because it's shot really well, and it's like the cinematography is good. There are some really good choreo shots, and some where I've seen live stages and dance practice, and some where I wish they had showed the choreo a little bit better. I do remember there was a little bit of drama or backlash about the choreo, at least in like the floor choreo. So I don't know if there were some editing choices that were made, or if there was like edits that were made to get rid of some
that
choreo shots or anything.
based on their ages or just?
I think ages and just the nature of the dance, because they were basically like,
It's a little sexy.
kind of twerking on the ground a little bit,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. So a little, I'm guessing both.
I'm wondering if those kind of scandals are really just Western side. I don't know, but I do remember people talking about it.
Sure.
It looks like Chad saying floor choreo. It was mostly because they were minors.
Yep. So, so maybe that's why I thought maybe some of the choreo edits were weird. I guess they did go back and edit it. So I'm not criticizing. I'm just something I was thinking about. As a standout for me in this, I thought Yunjin, who you pointed out with autotune, stood out really well. She has a part towards the end where I think maybe in the bridge or like going into the last chorus, where she like makes this face at the camera and has like really good eye contact and does like a hair flip kind of thing. She comes off like really charismatic. and like super like as a super strong performer. So she's fun to watch, and it's cool to like notice it in the debut.
Cloud said that it isn't any dance video or stage, just made it for the MV. So I would assume it's in
Okay.
reference to
Oh.
what you said. So
Interesting.
So I'm
So
assuming he means like that choreo wasn't in any
yeah.
practices or stages. It was just part of the music video, which
Hmm.
definitely makes it a little weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they were self-editing, they might have noticed where they're like, this might be a little too much.
Sure, it could have been edited
Or
out.
even the members might have complained, been like, I don't feel comfortable watching this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
makes
fine.
sense.
They
I guess
didn't
we're
need it.
glad they got it. We're glad they got it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good looks for them. Also, Kumo,
Cool.
hello.
Anyone else got anything to say about Fearless, the debut?
No, I thought it was solid. It was a good song. I'd be curious to go, like you said, go back, Alex, after we're done listening through all the songs and seeing if my thoughts still remain on Fearless. But I thought it was a very good debut. So I imagine people also thought the reception of the debut must have been pretty well received, arguably. So, so that's good. Good to hear. But,
yeah, it's definitely still one of my favorite SSerafim songs.
Very nice. Well, I think we will move on to the next one, which is Impurities. And is this on? Is that correct or no, Alex?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And so, you didn't sound too stoked on that. Is it supposed to be a?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Cool.
No, we're good.
All right.
This is a B-side, right, for the next album?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Crusoe.
We're not going in perfect order here, but we're
kind
going.
of skipping.
That's fine.
We're doing all right.
That's fine. Crusoe just said the reception caused them to change it for stages. Wua's company had to do the same for their debut due to people's reaction to some of the moves. Makes sense. So always good to edit that stuff out if it's possible. But Impurities. Let's get into this one.
I don't think I've ever seen the video to this before.
I don't think I have either.
Hmm. Ooh. Okay.
So natural, invincible. Oh yeah, don't wanna hide. Oh yeah, 과감히 fly. 상자로 가득한 단단한 불투명함. So natural, 아름다워. I can see 선명해지는 desire. So here's my key. 괜찮아, no matter what you say. Can you see? 떨어진 한 방울 drip. 투명한 내 안에 섞여들지. 아무렇지 않은 더 keep on moving. Impurities, show you my impurities. 욕심내도 like a witch. Show you real me, 검붉어지는 빛. 강렬하게 반짝이 glittering things. Impurities, show you my impurities. Goodness, 혹은 badness. 이건 magic, 아님 tragic. 해준대도 다시 try it. Oh oh. 심장에 빛깔은 마치 금산 타오를 듯한 내 안의 passion. 모험의 증거는 마치 necklace. 하루 더 빛나게 해. I can see 펼쳐진 destination. So here's my game. 괜찮아, no matter what you
Cool shot.
Can you see? 떨어진 한 방울 drip. 투명한 내 안에 섞여들지. 아무렇지 않은 내 할 수 없는 our wishes 아름다워 now we must scratches just because it's what I am 시름 속에서 causing power 겁나지 않아 덮친 shadow 다 이룬 내 desire just because it's what I am can you see 떨어진 한 방울 tree 떨어지는 내 안에 섞여들지 아무렇지 않은 듯한 moving impurities show you my impurities
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
show you real me
Great.
강렬하게 반짝여 that's everything impurities show you my impurities
Wow.
That's solid.
That
I
was
love
great.
that. I mean, it's an official music video, but I love that it's really just like a
A performance.
really, really well done performance video.
Yeah. Crimson Heart. What is that?
I don't know. Who knows? Somebody knows
Yeah,
in the
someone
chat.
knows what Crimson Heart is. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. But
Oh,
I
it's a
enjoyed-
webtoon.
is it?
Oh,
They have their own webtoon.
Oh
Cute.
boy. All right.
nice.
Well, song, I really enjoyed this one a lot more, I think, than Unforgiven. I thought that was
Yeah.
I thought that was it
You're
was
listening.
more yeah, it was more like vibey. I think there was something about it that just kind of like that was just like the jazz like chord phrasing, the way that it was like put together was just more I felt like it was more of a vibe for what they're going for, like what I imagined it
Yeah.
to be.
The like runway keyboard that it starts with. A
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So
really,
good.
it's almost got like a lo-fi hip hop kind of drum beat going on the whole time.
Yeah. The
It's
bass
got
was
some nice
gnarly.
like the bass and the keys are very jazzy. It's very like
Yeah.
jazz bar instrumentals kind of.
This, yeah.
If you put like a drummer in a jazz bar, this is kind of like the the kind of stuff I feel like you
Ooh,
would
yeah.
Yeah.
hear. It's cool. It's a good vibe, and I think the choreo was paired really well with it. It's like nothing too extra, but it's smooth, like the song.
Some of the shots were really cool, like the part where they got like the silhouettes were really sick.
Yeah,
yeah,
can you
yeah.
see?
See,
Huh?
The
Yeah.
lighting
Yeah.
was dope, and like them doing full 360s with they do a full 360 no cut, and it's like
Yeah.
you don't see anything else in the background. It's like okay, it's cool. It shows like I don't know if it's editing, if
It
it's
is for sure. Yeah.
cuts or whatever, but it's cool to kind of like have it look like it's actually just them in that giant room, really well lit and everything. You don't see all the lights and you don't see all like the other people there.
Yeah.
It makes it kind of like I don't know, look like you're watching like an actual performance.
Yeah, it's like a stage, yeah. And I think it's a
Mhm.
lot of that is like ghost cutting, which is basically cutting out where, like Alex said, the lights and all that sort of stuff. So kudos to their editing team for doing that because I know it is not easy to do. So they had to like line up all that stuff. I could go on forever about that, but the way it was put together was really sick. I also really like that like vocal run in the back. I think it was in the chorus, like the last chorus. There was some like really cool like lead vocal parts in the back that I heard. I don't know which member it was, but I thought that was really nice. And like I said, didn't really hear it on the previous track, so it was nice to kind of hear a little bit more variation and just kind of a different different styling of how they use their vocals and how they change things up because like I said, the only other song I've heard is the one that just showed up on my Spotify radio. So I
was gonna point out Yunjin's vocals. I'm pretty sure she was the one with the blonde hair in this video, and
Yes. Yeah.
they were so it was so good. Like all of her little like quips or her runs, they were very, like I mentioned before, it was very airy and it sounded very good, less touched by by auto-tune.
she has a beautiful voice, and she also like has some solo songs. She also writes her own music, and she has some solo songs out, like little bedroom pop kind of like stuff. It's really good.
Ooh.
Okay.
I haven't heard
Let's
all
go.
of whatever she's released, but I've heard a couple. There's a song called "Love You Twice," I believe, that is really pretty. Recommend checking that out.
Definitely
for anyone,
adding that.
for you guys and anyone else who doesn't know. She's a great songwriter. She's also like our English speaking member. For anyone else who doesn't know, she's from the States.
So did she debut before SSerafim, or just on her own? She's
No.
doing this. Wow.
No, this is on her own while she's in SSerafim.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Good for her.
And Logan, I'm gonna read a couple comments real quick. Like, all right, like the way the video is shot, cool direction. Yes.
Agreed. Yeah.
All Hive groups have webtoons. Endgame collabs apparently. BTS is a webtoon. TXT has one. And Hypen has one. N Team has one. And SSerafim. So I guess everyone has a webtoon.
I guess so.
Not New Jeans.
Except for New Jeans. But you know what?
Sure it's in the
probably
works.
They're probably building up for the craziest webtoon ever.
Oh, for sure.
And Yeonjin has a stage where she sang opera. I remember seeing that.
That's
she
awesome.
Oh.
I remember seeing a live, maybe like a live clip or something of her doing like an opera singing, and I was like, is this a voiceover or is this like
Is this dubbed?
this isn't really her, right?
I mean, that
It's
explains
really her.
how she can sing so freely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout outs to her.
Yeah, she's a talent.
I'll have to watch it. You guys link it. I'll check it out later.
Any early biases anyone has? Anyone?
I
anyone can
actually-
point out?
I don't remember how, but at some point, I decided that Kazuha was my bias. I want to say it might have been like a random variety show I watched. But yeah, for some reason I'm just like, yep, she's my bias. I like her.
Okay. She's great. She Crusoe pointed it out. She was a ballerina, I guess. Prior, and I remember there being a story about, I think whoever was directing the group or managing the group like specifically went out to recruit her, and there was like a big thing about like recruiting her specifically. I don't remember the details, so maybe somebody here can fill in a little bit, but I remember there being like articles about like, oh, Hybe found a secret weapon and they're going in person to go recruit her. And I'm
That's
pretty
cute.
sure Crusoe confirmed they flew to Amsterdam to meet with her and convince her. Cool.
That's
Thank you.
crazy.
Yeah.
Woo.
So, yeah, that's cool. I've always been a Chaewon bias because I've just seen so many funny clips of her. She's very chaotic. She was part of IZ*ONE previously.
Okay.
And so is Sakura. So
You can tell
they're,
she's
like,
very seasoned.
yeah, she's super seasoned, super talented, and there are just so many funny clips, especially of her and Yeonjin. Or like Yeonjin trying to like teach Chaewon English. There are like TikToks of that. They're so funny. She like short circuits. It's really funny.
I love that.
I am mixing Kazuha's stories with Yeonjin. Am I really? So I thought they specifically traveled abroad to recruit Kazuha. Did they do that for Yeonjin instead? If I'm getting things confused, I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't know a ton. I'm just trying to piece bits of
Piecemeal it
things
together. Yeah.
yeah, seen or heard over the years.
Everybody's saying it's
Yeonjin was in Produce
Kazuha.
101 with Sakura and Chaewon. Okay, I didn't know that. It's good to know. No, it was Kazuha. I'm 99% sure. Who knows? Who knows? Somebody, if you're sure, let us know.
Yeah, in the chat or in the comments, let us know. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all new here.
we're all new here. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed that. So, Akumo said he just Googled it as Kazuha.
Okay, cool.
So very cool. All right.
Any last comments on impurities? Are we good to move on to a personal favorite of mine?
I think we're good. I enjoyed it. This
Cool.
was the front runner right now, even though I know that will change very soon, probably.
It
So.
sure will. So this next one we're gonna check out is a B-side from the next album.
Oh.
You can go ahead and go to the next one.
Okay.
So we're basically watching a live stage from their comeback live show. We're watching the intro, which is going to introduce you to the members a little bit, which would be good. And it's going to show you a live stage. You're going to get live vocals, and that's pretty much it. You can let it rip.
Very cool. All right.
I love giving him props.
Just hold this.
천사 같은 완벽한 rumba 둘의 fucking fantasy 발칙하게 시작하는 fire
Those mics props too? Okay. I was really confused.
Oh, what the hell? That's sick.
Just saying they say fucking in the uncensored version.
This sound was not what I was expecting.
Just wanna show you everything. 언제나 이만 그대로 믿어줘. I'm the feeling 이 순간 떨어져 down to earth. I'm no freaking angel. I'm no freaking goddess. 난 나일 뿐이야. 어지러운 세상 꼭 잡아줘 항상 because you're by my side.
That was good.
Interesting.
I just want to say, not what I was expecting, by any stretch.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I put that song there.
I'll freeze frame to the whatever. See if I can. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Leave it there. This was very unexpected. It kind of is. I don't know if this was released around the same time that Twice released between 1 and 2, like, you know, Queen of Heart. I think that's the song that's more like kind of like a pop rock kind of song. I don't know if that's around the same time period. Somebody can let me know in the chat or in the comments, but I feel like a lot of, at least I think like that sound, I feel like there's some groups that have done that in that time period, I guess, if that makes sense. So it's like, I find that interesting that like they decided to do kind of like more of a rock type track, because I don't typically see that or hear it too frequently. So, but I enjoyed this one a lot. It was very cool vocally. I think it was very diverse. I love that they all kind of got their own moment in the song. It's also, I'd argue a little bit better to kind of put at least like more of a name to a face kind of a thing with this, where like you know exactly who's singing, who's doing what. So I do appreciate that, and I think it was a fun track. Nothing too crazy about it, but yeah, I like the kind of like pop rock kind of vibe. That's obviously something I already enjoy already. So
So
like it was
I
good.
don't know exactly where it lines up with the Queen of Hearts Twice song,
Mm-hmm.
but it does line up when like Yena was doing this concept, like
Mhm. I
Yena's
mean,
pop punk, pop rock kind of thing.
yeah,
And this isn't like a title track either, so that also I think lines up with a lot of groups at least experimenting with B-sides, with like different sounds and stuff. It's not
I was gonna
super like out of the
say
norm.
you're definitely catching on, because that was a trend for a bit, and a lot of people were doing more of the pop rock or like grungy rock pop sound. This is not my favorite out of that trend. I don't remember hearing it on the album,
Fair.
but and I've never seen the performance. The performance is really fun. I think this would be a great concert song to see
Yeah,
them
For
live.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I also think, but I still like the song. It's still decent. And I think Chaewon really, her voice melds in with this sound so well. I would be excited to hear them do more of this. Yeah.
Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Did you have any?
Yeah, I just think it's fun. I just love this like concept. I loved when TXT did it. I loved when Yena debuted with some rock songs. I loved when Twice had their rock song. I just love this like fusion of like, I don't want to say like sugar pop, but like fusion of almost like K-pop style writing, K-pop style with like, not obviously it's not like heavy. It's not like they're doing metal stuff or
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
rock, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like pop rock. It gives you like
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne vibes,
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
where it's like it's like sugary, like hyper poppy kind of like, in a way, in like a juxtaposition way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think it's cool. I think it's personally, I think it's a great trend. I
Oh,
wish
yeah.
some groups would lean into it a little bit more. Like I wish it didn't, like it feels like it died off a little bit for now.
I think they've made up for it with a lot of concerts I've been to have had live bands, and I'm a huge
Yes.
fan of that.
Same.
So it's
Yeah.
like K-pop songs, but with a live band, and it's way better.
Yeah. So to tangent off that a little bit, like the last time, 2 times I've seen Blackpink, they have a live band with them, and their band are super super talented, and they play a lot of the stuff they're playing are almost like metal, with like the drum fills and like some of their drops turn into almost like breakdowns because of like how aggressively they play the music. It's like the way they translate the heavy bass music or like the trap music into rock. It just translates that way. It's really
Sure.
cool.
Yeah.
And that's how you get that added like oomph. Because if you're
Oh, for
turning
sure.
Blackpink songs into pop rock songs, they're not going to hit as hard. You know what I mean? So they lower them and make them like slow and heavy, and it works. So yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool to see. Who else has had a Therese? What groups have you seen that had like backing bands?
Definitely BTS.
Makes
Definitely.
sense.
Actually, I say definitely, but I don't remember exactly. I think TXT had one for their Lollapalooza stages, but I hadn't seen
Okay.
their solo concert. Um, who else was it?
I know New Jeans had one for their stage, so that was cool.
Yeah, New Jeans.
Yeah.
And Okumo saying Dreamcatcher has done a ton of live band stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah. Dreamcatcher did a really cool video. I think we might have watched it, Brandon, even where they did a live band set with some of Insomnia. Like there's some of the Insomnia who were like
that
musicians.
makes sense. Yeah, that's so sick. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
we
cool.
did watch that. Yeah, that we did. Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was really great. That was super wholesome, and I loved it. So yeah, I love Dreamcatcher. Obviously gonna be one of my favorite groups. So, but just to catch up on some comments, Cloud said that in 2022, a lot of groups were doing some pop rock songs. Basically after, and Nkumo backed it up with saying that after Tomboy was released, it got popular. Tons of
I think it was
rock.
even before that.
Yeah, it was
like 2021.
Okay. Yeah, so like, in that time frame, and it was basically they're just saying was trendy from that. And then Logan commented and said K-pop is all about trends. Like with boy groups, last year every boy group was doing a dark concept, but this year they're all doing youthful, fun, bright concepts. And then just to comment earlier, Dreamcatcher has a ton of live stuff, and then Cloud confirmed that I was in the same ballpark in terms of when Twice released their song. So
it's kind of crazy how in sync the trends are. It makes me think that there's leaks where some company hears that they hired this one producer to do a song, so now they have to hire that producer. I don't know how that happens, but it's so in sync.
It could just be like insider info, or like
people, it's all gonna be a bunch of leaks.
Or people like that are on multiple like boards or something, or
they could be like
you can definitely tell there's usually like one song that gets super big that does something completely different, like New Jeans did. In this case, I might have attributed it to TXT's pop rock song. And then like after that one song gets really big, everyone wants a song like that.
That's fair. Yeah. And Cloud said yes, or lack of imagination. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't.
I think
say that personally, but
I don't know if it's the lack of imagination, but I think for K-pop, like they're not focusing on one specific genre, so the idea for a certain genre will come from the many like trends that are around.
They just say yes and they just do it.
So lack of genre imagination maybe, but there's plenty of imagination otherwhere.
For me, if I'm thinking, oh, what's a lack of imagination? It's groups doing neutro right now. Like if you're doing like synth pop, 80s influenced neutro, I think you need to do some reimagining.
I think that might also be just like working on a song that takes too long and then it just gets released way later than it should have been.
Yeah. I would
probably a bit of both.
Yeah. I think they also have like time frames on when it's going to come out and stuff. And obviously if everybody's releasing this like a similar neutro song, then the trend is going to seem overplayed because everybody is funneling to the
trends
same
also
gold.
run super quick.
The other thing is like groups are working, like producers and groups, especially if they're working with like in-house producers or their own teams, they'll be working on songs sometimes like really, really far in advance, like 6 months ahead, a year ahead.
Makes sense.
And you could have a group like New Jeans or a group like Blackpink or 17 like drop something new, and it could shift the whole current like meta, you know what I mean? Like New Jeans, I think with their debut shifted what groups are doing.
I would agree with that. Yeah, especially considering how popular they've gotten. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So there are going to be groups that definitely have trouble catching up or have trouble keeping up with, even if they're just trying to follow the trends. Even that can be hard when it can be like shifted so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess we'll move on to the next one unless you guys have some comments you want to make about it. No?
I'm good on that. Yeah.
Ready for Anti-Fragile.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Just real quick, Logan says, I like trends, but how many groups there are and can get really quick. old really quick, especially if the trend is around for a while. And then Cloud said, I will quote Craxy and say, not like the cowards who follow the successful. And then Akumo says, yes, New Jeans has led a ton of Y2K concepts. And then Logan followed that up and said a group called Old Pants, but I think it's just trolling. So I don't know what that's in reference to, but
Fresh pantaloons.
oh, French pantaloons. Anyway, moving into Anti-Fragile, so let's jump into it.
By the way, this is the trailer for Anti-Fragile. Sorry, I should have said that.
Do you think
Oh.
I'm fragile?
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's worth watching. More so listening.
몇 번이고 다시
Again and again. 私は
나는 다시 살아나 I am anti-fragile I am anti-fragile I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best dressed. Fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best dressed. Fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best dressed. Fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best dressed. Fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best dressed. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess.
the Seraphim.
Just
Oh.
yeah.
Just
Let it
jump
run.
Okay.
Okay.
I am anti-fragile. I'm anti-fragile. I'm anti-fragile. I'm anti-fragile. Fragile, fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile. 가시밭길 위로 riding. You make me boost up. 거짓으로 가득 찬 party. 가렵지도 않아. 말들이 많아. 나도 좀 듣는 내 rival. 모두 기도해 내 falling. Cause all we know I'm a jumping. Yes, give it up. 걸어봐 we are my client. 눈빛엔 거대한 desire. 더 구워 gasoline on fire. 불길 속에 다시 날아 rising. 있지만 내가 뜨거운 those shoes. 무슨 말이 더 필요해. 무심한 내가 걸어온 거리. I got to ride till I die die. 더 높이 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제일 위에. 떨어져도 돼. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. 난 지금 on my way. 갚아버리죠 너의 fairy tale. Now you know my name. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile. rock it, baby. All I know is you can chain me. Cause I'm gonna break out, gonna break out, go. We can break it, baby. Rock it, twist it, lock it, baby. All I know is you can chain me. Cause I'm gonna break out, gonna break out, go. 더 높이 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제위에 떨어져도 돼. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. 난 지금 on my way. 갖다 버리죠 너의 fairy tale. Now you know my name. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile.
I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're all right.
I mean, they had to come back after this. So.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
I wish I
Right,
could
they're
just
anti-fragile. They're
Right,
anti-fragile.
right.
I just yeah, I wish I could get up from like an actual meteor crashing into me. Just be like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm good.
You have to be anti-fragile. and then you
I'm
can.
definitely not. So I have to listen to this song more in order to be anti-fragile. But
Yeah,
this was-
thoughts?
That's how it
What do you
works.
think?
That's definitely how it works.
I do like that Alex put the trailer in, even though I thought it was funny that they were like what Crusoe said is we don't dress to impress while doing a literal runway. I thought that was a little ironic, yeah. So I would agree with that, but song was fun. Gave me a little bit of Latin feel, which I haven't heard yet. So I like the kind
Got
of
that
like
Moombahton beat.
the Moombahton beat. Yeah, we love Moombahton.
Reggaeton, yeah.
Reggaeton, you know.
Yeah.
Love that stuff. The song was very good. There's a little bit of a rap verse, which I was surprised because I feel like thus far we haven't really had that. So
Not a lot of rap.
Not
I
a
mean,
lot of rap.
there was rap, but
Yeah.
this was definitely the most
the most forward with it.
rappy rap
aggressive.
verse.
Rap verse.
I don't know if I could call it aggressive.
It wasn't.
It
really
had that
aggressive.
kind of tone that like Ice Spice has.
They definitely there's okay. So my tough sell for this song at first was the there's like a weird talk rap kind of thing that I think Unshay does it first, and I know Sakura does it second. It's like purposely off tone.
Yeah.
No, that was, I think that was Kazuha.
Was it Kazuo who did it first?
Yeah.
Okay. I just remember that Sakura did it second, and it's kind of weird. It's like a little off-putting on the ear.
It's pretty off-putting.
Oh,
But it-
Inche
one of my-
first, then Sakura is what Akumo says.
Oh, okay. One of my friends watched this with me, and I was kind of like cringing, and she was kind of like, yeah, like she loved it. She was like, this is every mean girl like talking down to me, and I'm about it. Like it's fun. And I'm like, okay, I can see it through that perspective. I think they could use a couple of rounds of training on rap, but otherwise otherwise I like the song.
Like if the lovey dovey thing was
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
supposed to be like if that was supposed to be a rap verse, like yeah, I wish that could have been a bit better, or like maybe we could have like done something a little different, because it's such a it's a fast song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like high energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my only critique would be that like maybe the rap could be improved a little bit. Otherwise, I love this song a lot. This ended up being like one of my favorite songs of the year.
I heard that from a lot of people.
It grows on you. I think you'll just end up singing it. It'll just be playing in your head all the time. It's crazy. It's such an earworm.
It does.
I don't know why.
I can
It's-
feel
it's
it.
like-
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
got that magic,
combination,
that
yeah,
MSG.
of like the
The M-
beat, and it's like it's easy to sing along to. The choreo is good, and they did like so many promotions and stuff where it's just I feel like it's just drilled into my head. It's so good.
I can't.
I
get
feel
a-
like
Oh, go ahead, Therese. Sorry.
I was gonna say I feel like I can recognize this song as a classic because it has become a classic, and I think their choreography is amazing. Like so much butt shaking. I love it. I'm ready to party whenever I see their music video or their performances. As a song, I tended to skip this one that year. And I think it was mostly the run of the entity TT fragile, fragile. It was something about the tone that I didn't want to keep hearing. But I really like the beat. The beat is really, really good. And I think the girls themselves performed it very well. I think, like, they're rookies. So I don't expect them to have all of these little... Honestly, a lot of the song was kind of, what's it called? Like ad-libs. I don't expect rookies to do those quite well because, they're kind of new to the scene.
Sure.
But, yeah, I can recognize it as one of the top tracks of the year. I wouldn't agree with it. Mostly also because I was enjoying the reggaeton from other groups way more. I don't think I associated SSerafim with this kind of sound. So
okay.
I'd rather listen to their B-sides than this title track specifically. Yeah.
That's fair. There's this one, speaking about earworms of what Alex was saying earlier, I can't get that, like, there's one specific instrument that I, like, can't get out of my head, and it's like, it goes like da, 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 da,
oh, the squeaking.
Yeah, like, yeah, I can't,
yeah, that's a good instrument.
I can't get that out of my head now that I've listened to this song, and that's what I'm probably gonna be hearing as I go sleep in my bed tonight. I'm just gonna be hearing that one part. But this one was fun. Again, agreed with a lot of both of your comments. I think more specifically, like the reggaeton vibe, I really enjoyed. I love when groups do that. I'm not picky on who does it. I just love that kind of, like, the way that the beat kind of shuffles a little bit. I just think, obviously, I feel like that's another trend that was very popular, but I think it's one that I personally like. So. But yeah, it was a good song. I think I could understand why people had put it in their top 3 or top 10 or whatever from last year or for the year. But yeah, that absolutely makes sense because it will. I feel like it does have that, again, instinctually feel that, like, earworm quality, and now I'm going to be hearing this song in my sleep now. So that's what I have to say about it. But yeah, overall, it was fun song. Plus, the trailer is very cool, even though a little ironic.
The trailer's fun just because it's like the music is chaotic and it's like a cool. I don't know. It's just like a fun shot video. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I imagine the set for that must have been crazy because there's so many people, like, skateboarding around.
Yeah, I was
and, like, doing wheelies on dirt bikes, and they're, like, crossing on, like, scaffoldings.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It looks crazy.
Looks like a safety hazard.
I was getting confused because I thought it was going to be an album highlight medley, but it said trailer.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I didn't know because the Hydra was the first track on that album. It's like the intro to the album, and then it switched to Even Bluebeards, and then I guess I was expecting it to switch to other songs on the album,
weird,
but it didn't.
Right? It's like it's a combination of, like, a couple reworks of some of the songs on the album.
Yeah. Because that was it was interesting, but I think the runway show went on a little long to the point where I thought it was probably sponsored.
It was for sure sponsored.
Yeah, so I'm like,
oh,
okay, we're still doing this. Oh, okay, yeah, you're totally a mess.
We get it. Oh, yeah, give me Anti-Fragile. I know.
Like, they were just rubbing it in my face at that point.
Yeah, they're like, look how many sponsors we got here today. Very sick. Use promo code SSerafim. No, kidding. I feel like that was, like, borderline what they were gonna start doing. I thought they were gonna have, like, flashing text on the screen by the end of it. But no, it was great. It was a great combo. So definitely like it. Let's see some comments. Kumo says, I was confused what to feel about the song when it came out, but ended the year in my top 3 for the year. Sakura is such a great performer. And then Logan said, I was going to say Kazuya, but that's obviously not it. But they said the rap part is so addicting. And then didn't like it at first, but now is iconic. Cloud said not to switch to Eve is the original track. They made Eve in the next album after one last year of performance. So.
Oh, okay. So they turned that into Eve.
Okay. That makes sense.
Are you sure they didn't already have Eve?
No, that's newer.
Oh, it's on a different album.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they reworked it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely got that
I guess
confused.
what he's saying is they took that track and turned what wasn't part of another song into what became Eve's
Eve.
Psyche and Bluebeard's wife.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Well, next one is Unforgiven.
Featuring Nile Rodgers.
Nile Rodgers. Okay. Well, I've only heard the metal version that I sent to you like ages ago. So now I can actually listen to the original. All right, here we go. Is this a drone shot? I think it's gotta be. That's crazy.
Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, 내가 기댈 거다. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. 수시대로 기억될 unforgiven. Got what you want, 불편함을 get the face, wanna shut me up. 사냥감을 거듭해, 찾는 warriors. 너의 게임에 난 문제 없어, such a freak, 고치가비. Let me tell you about the seraphim. 내가 제일 싫은 건 내 근데 물림. 어둠 속 불을 켜 맞춰 reveling. We gonna keep breaking rules, gonna give up. Unforgiven, yes I was bleeding. 힘없이 늘 져야만 했던
I love the horse shot.
Some Old Town Road shit.
소용서 따위는 낭금기를 겨눠. Watch me now, now.
Man, I didn't know we get Seth Roth in this video. This is sick.
Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, 내가 기댈 거다. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. 수시대로 기억될 unforgiven. Unforgiven. 한계 위로 남겨지는 우리 이름. Unforgiving. 내 스타일로 living. 내 방식까지 원 없이 또 한국말로 아주 철없이. Get started, let's get started. 미래 그 앞에 새겼던 나의 소리. 신념이 지면 난 villain. I'm not the Cinderella type of a girl. Unforgiven, yes I was bleeding. 힘없이 늦어야만 했던 싸움. But I write. 바란 적도 없어 용서 따위는 난 금기를 겨눠. Watch me now. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, 내가 기댈 거다. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. 수시대로 기억해 unforgiven. Unforgiven. 한계 위로 남겨지는 우리 이름. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, 내가 기댈 거다. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, 내가 기댈 거다. Oh, I will never be a clown. Oh, 보게 될 거야 나 다음. Oh, 내 목소린 좀 loud. Oh, I don't care to shut it down. Unforgiven. 한계 위로 남겨지는 우리 이름.
This music video is insane. Yeah, the horse. Let's go.
There he is.
Okay. I don't think.
All right.
I don't think there's anything left. I'm just gonna pause it.
He's on the horse.
It's a horse. It's
It's
a
a
horse.
horse. We know. We got it.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. I came into this song, having heard it plenty of times, ready to die on my hill of hating this song.
Wow.
I mean it. Like I did not
I
like
mean
this
it.
song, and I've never seen the music video.
Oh, okay.
I am here to officially retract my hatred of this song and say that this song is a banger. I don't know if it's like the video doing work or like maybe it finally clicked for me. Maybe it's the choreo. I don't know. This song has come around to me.
I am right with you. We are holding hands on top of that hill that we are now walking down from.
We are doing the Unforgiven choreo, holding hands
yeah,
together.
Because I remember not liking this song. I don't think I hated it. I was just like, oh, this isn't my favorite. And when I started listening to it now, I was like, I remember why I don't like the song. It's the guitar. I'm sorry, Nile Rodgers. And then at some point, I started noticing all of the other instrumentals because I was like, oh, but I really like that wooden flute. Oh, but I really like that flute. Oh, but I really like when... And then the more I heard those little things, the more I'm like, I like the song.
It's a banger.
Yeah. So I think what put me off from it originally was I didn't like the hard lean into like the American Western theme.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Especially with like the constant whatever the sample is
That
of when you see like
that like
when you see like a spaghetti western
spaghetti
shootout.
westerns. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. This is the one thing I do like. But then...
So it's for me at first it was just coming across as like too camp.
Fair
I'm
enough.
like this is
yeah.
too much.
Right.
This is too much. I can't
Yes.
deal with this. And then like the chorus never really felt like it paid off after what I thought is such a good pre-chorus. I love the pre-chorus so much. And
That
then I was like,
build-in, yeah, the
oh,
claps.
we kind of just slide into the chorus, and I didn't like that. But seeing it with like the choreo and like in the context of like the video and then coming around on the song, I actually don't mind it as much as I did before.
I've seen the music video before. I don't understand all the references. They've got to be references, right?
Probably.
Because there was like burning wings and a lot of horses. I understand the horses to some point, but I feel like there were some movie references I wasn't getting or something. I like the choreo. I think that adds to the camp because when they come in with the chorus and they're like all holding hands and swinging, I'm like, what the hell? Like, are we all best friends now after not forgiving someone? I was
forgiven.
a little bit confused. Yeah, I'm still pretty confused, but I'm happily confused. It's fine. Whatever they're doing.
The one
fine.
thing I do wish they had done differently with like the structure of the song and the instrumental is they changed up the choreo on the third chorus quite a bit. It was like the choreo was a lot more aggressive on the final chorus of the song.
Yeah.
But the drop in the instrumental didn't really change much to match that. And I thought that would have been a really good decision with the music is to like have that last chorus go a little hard or like double time or something to match up with that choreo where they were using quicker movements and the song was really leading
towards that,
like to be necessary in my opinion.
Fair
Other than that, I really don't have any complaints. I think the video is maybe what aided in like me coming around more on the song, but I think the guitar stuff is pretty cool from Nile Rodgers. He's a legendary guitarist.
Yes.
So that's cool. It makes me wonder why. I'm sure somebody knows the answer to this. Why he was just not credited as a songwriter, and why he was credited as an official feature.
I mean, it's a pretty integral part of the song.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
So,
that's sure.
like,
That might.
I
that
get
might
it.
just be it.
Yeah, I
They
get
wanted
it.
to give him more credit, I guess.
It
as
is
a feature.
very much like not in my taste at all. I do not listen to any kind of bluegrass, western, whatever. I prefer the electronic sounds of my video game music, and
Okay.
I'm pretty impressed that finding those little things has made me like this song a little more. I don't know if I'll still stream it, but
That's fair. You gave it to respect, and that's important. I will also say, I love the shot where, I guess I don't know which member of the group was pulling the sword out of the sheath, and then like I guess they attached like a camera onto the end of the sword, and it was like getting swung around. And I was like, that's kind of sick. I like that. Also, I'm asking for the Seraphim sword, for a friend, not me specifically, but that'd be kind of sick. So, just saying, that'd be awesome. Crusoe said it's Sakura, so okay, very cool. I like this song a lot. I think that I went in, so I had, I guess, technically already heard this song by the sheer fact that I watched this other YouTuber and he did a metal version of this song. So I kind of already had the structural integrity of the song laid out somewhat, but I had not watched the music video or given the original song a listen. So it does, in this type of context, is completely different. I like the way it was. I love the way it was kind of presented in that like sort of Western fashion. I do think the music video definitely helps in notating that, because I think it's more of like an auditory visual thing where you're like, okay, this is going to be like a Western style thing. The musicality is also like in that sort of Western, like country-esque type bluegrass music. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. And the way that they kind of integrated it with more of their like some of the drops, the way that the EDM kind of flows throughout the song, I think it was very well produced. And I think the song definitely has a lot to do with why I think why the song does well. I love that pre-chorus build up with the the clapping and the it just really works. And then to kind of have it have the bass kind of spill out in the chorus, I thought was pretty interesting. But yeah, overall it was a good one. I think it makes me appreciate this song that much more now, because I think originally I was like, oh yeah, I can listen to this metal version of this song and enjoy it, but I think the original actually, the bones with what they were working with already was great. So I think it only made that song that much better. So yeah, I would say this is a very good one. I don't know where I would put it at. I probably put it closer to the top of my favorites. But yeah, definitely a real strong song in terms of the actual instrumentation. Vocally, it was also very good, but I think a lot of what does it for the song, I would argue, is just the instrumentation is really what takes the front running. But yeah.
Nile Rodgers, LeSseraphim bias.
Yeah, I'm a Nile. Actually, my bias is Nigel Rodgers. Yeah, he's my bias. Shout outs. But yeah, great song. Music video is also extremely well shot. I gotta give a comment on the way that they edited it. That drone shot at the beginning. A lot of cool
angles.
Drone shot was sick. A lot of 360 cameras. Just the way it was really put together was awesome. And there was a guy in the scene where they're dancing in the, I guess it's I guess it was a hallway or whatever, but there was some guy in the back and he was just vibing out in the back, and I was like, that's me.
I missed that dig.
Yeah, the guy was it was only for maybe a couple frames, but he's just you could just see him dancing in the back, and I was like, yeah, that's me. That would be me. I would be doing that. But shout out to that dude, whoever is. Big ups. But yeah, that was great. So and then I also liked, I don't know if it's a reference to Final Fantasy VII, but the where the wing gets ripped off. So I thought that was sick.
Yeah, Kumo mentioned that in the comments. The wings are because the seraphim are actually a figure from the Bible, basically fiery angels. But I don't I know seraphim. I understand that context, but I don't know why this is the first time we're seeing them as angels or with wings. If that's the case, it was I didn't.
It's because they're unforgiven.
Oh, they're unforgiven. We're not unforgiving someone.
I would guess that's
now I'm confusing myself.
That's the context. That was the context
they're
that I got out of
fallen
it.
angels.
Yeah.
But then she had those white wing things with the cloth, and I guess she's making her own wings. I don't know. I can't. I can't lore today.
I also can't lure. I thought that's what I
I
thought. it
can't
was
lure
supposed to do.
ever, so
Yeah,
Doing
I
better
would have
than that.
loved to see, like, if they're gonna do runway and if they're gonna do a bunch of angels, like,
Put
let's
some
see
wings on.
some
Let's see
Victoria's
some-
Secret wings. Come on. I'm not saying let's see him in the underwear. I don't need to see that, but the wings are important, right? Because they're angels. They're seraphim,
Yeah, Seraphim.
right?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of it. I thought they were like unforgiven, like angels. But I don't know if
I
I'm
wasn't
correct on
paying
that.
that much. I was too busy with the instrumentals. I wasn't
too
even
busy.
reading the
I'm
lyrics.
unforgiven,
Yeah.
You were clapping along to the pre-chorus. No, this was
I'm
great.
up there with that flute.
Yeah. Therese is doing the solo flutist parts whenever they go live on tour. They're gonna take.
I did
Therese
play
out.
flute for a long time.
Let's
in
go.
Piccolo, so
Call
definitely
him up,
in my,
listener.
in my home.
Call Therese up. Anyway.
I got their light stick back there whenever they decide to go on tour.
Oh,
Hey,
let's go.
What's their light stick look like?
I can show you. I just have to dig it out. It looks like a baseball bat with their logo in it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the
has
logo.
nothing, has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with like angel wings, though.
Yeah, I would have expected something.
I thought
Well,
for
maybe
sure-
their logo is angel wings as well as the anagram.
I guess.
I'm making way too many connections that I can't follow
I'm
through.
trying to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can give you that, Therese. I was really trying to follow along with you. You know?
No,
I don't know. All right, there we go. Hey.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Fear
It kind of looks
not.
like a hair straightener.
It kind of does look like a hair Alex is gonna go straighten his hair now with a.
That was
mean,
that was the meme for a while that they basically just released a hair straightener. So,
Okay. It's unique for sure.
That's true. That's true.
yeah, I don't have batteries in it at the moment, but it does like I think it like strobes.
Mm.
And, like the middle lights up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Look at Alex. Very
It
sick.
is a new one. Yeah, all these light sticks and all these groups that I don't see.
Oh, it's okay.
All right. Well,
Next year.
we're gonna move on to Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife, which is the one that I've heard, not on purpose. It
The
was
song.
the song. So this is the one but I haven't seen the MV, so this will be a first.
This one's
I don't.
interesting because this
remember.
one went mega viral,
Mhm.
and they ended up promoting this for so long and like doing basically a second promotion cycle with this song because of how well it
Oh
was
yeah,
doing.
because they did a
There
bunch of
were-
collabs, right?
They did a bunch of collabs where they had a bunch of rappers and like solo artists or other people like feature, like do their own remixes.
Rena Simon.
It definitely
Rena
entered
did.
the Hybe remix purgatory, which is
Yeah,
something
sure.
that I think they're starting to do with all of their semi-successful songs.
It would make
And
sense.
I'm not not going to listen to all of them. I'm sorry. Hybe.
Yeah, and there's a couple official remixes that are pretty good, and there's I think like Jurin from XG also did a remix. It's an unofficial one,
Unofficial, yeah.
Mm.
but but it's really good. It's like
I
well
might check that
shot,
out.
and they ended
Okay.
up like kind of like shouting each other out for it and stuff. It was really cool.
That's
Hers is
cute.
really sick.
I
I'll
like
have to
that.
check that. I'll have to check that.
But yeah,
Actually,
I
I
haven't
might
seen
shoot-
this music video either.
Didn't BB did one too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
BB's was great.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, so many.
I
so
liked
many
Rena's the
remixes.
best.
Of course,
Rena's was awesome. Rena's yeah,
respect the
from
queen.
a recency bias.
Kumo said favorite LeSerafim song. Crusoe said they released like 6 versions, and Kumo followed that up and said they've been promoting it. They promoted it for 2.5 months, so that makes sense.
Yep.
Ugh, they must be sick of this song.
Yeah, but let's get into it anyway because we haven't seen the music video, so let's jump into it.
I
Yeah,
still
I
haven't.
haven't.
So
I haven't seen the video either.
Oh, so all 3 of us, nice. Okay.
yeah. I hope something crazy happens.
It's on skates, so it will happen. Oh,
Oh, that arrow went far through music videos.
She just threw it with her hands.
maybe.
Ooh.
Let's
Are we
go.
gonna get a dance off?
I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best. Stress, fearless, say yes. We don't dress to impress.
괜찮단 뭐래도 거짓말인 걸 난 알아.
괜찮겠지 뭐래도 착한 얼굴에 네 말 잘 들을 때 괜찮잖아 그런 건 내 룰은 나만 정할래 yeah. 볼 거야 금지된 걸 Never hold back 더 자유롭게
Boom 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 내 심장이 뛰네. Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom. Boom 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 내 심장이
Dance is so iconic.
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
Wish for what's forbidden
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
Wish for what's forbidden
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we say the best dress. Fearless, say yes. We don't dress to impress.
웃어 웃어 더 인형이 되렴. 덮어 덮어 다 감정 따윈 다.
시도 시도 난 인형이 아니야. 찡그린데도 그것도 나야.
보지만 안 보고파.
날 둘러싼 이 금기들 yeah.
그날의 이불처럼 Take it on the chain. I know I like that.
Boom 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 내 심장이 뛰네.
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom. Boom 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 내 심장이 뛰네. Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
Wish for what's
Ooh.
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
wish for what's forbidden.
I wonder if that's a building.
Get it like boom boom boom.
Could be.
What you waiting for? 이게 따라가면 we far,
Can't tell.
far. What you looking for? 원한다면 now we fall, we fall, we fall.
Boom 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 내 심장이 뛰네. Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
Boom 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 내 심장이 뛰네.
Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom. Girl wanna have fun.
Ooh.
Girl wanna have fun. Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom. Girl wanna have fun. Girl wanna have fun. Get it like boom boom boom. Get it like boom boom boom.
Some cool sets.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Well, here we go.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I feel like everything's already been said.
Yeah, I'll say like, seeing the video for the first time, my favorite shots were for sure the ones where they were in like nightclub settings because I think it just like
Hits.
it emphasizes the vibe of the song
The
so hard.
choreography and stuff.
Yeah, and I looked it up mid song to double check because the sound is so distinct. It's a Jersey club style
Ooh.
genre song, which is
Yeah.
like sort of in a similar vein to like some of the stuff that New Jeans has done recently, which is I think why it has like it's like a similar genre, but it's different. It's stylized very differently, right?
Yeah. Agreed.
Like where New Jeans takes like more of like a laid back approach to the songs, like how the vocals are delivered and how the songs are structured, but they still have like a similar kind of like Jersey club, Jersey house beat. Where this one is just like a kind of a club banger. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the sets where they're seemingly in a nightclub or they have like laser shows going on. it's like so fitting. It's almost like it could be a runway kind of song.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Therese, your thoughts?
I love this song. I've always loved it, and my opinion never changed. I really want to know where they filmed for this music video
it
because
was
I
really shot.
love the sets. I know there was one set or one courtyard, I guess, that I've seen in other K-pop music videos, but a lot of the rooms or like specifically when they had all the different colored walls in the background, that had to be a building or something. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was part of a set, but I liked it, and I want to see more K-pop people film there.
Okay.
Sure, it's possible. It's more than likely. As I mentioned, I have already heard this one, but this is the first time seeing the music video. I will say the choreo. I really enjoyed the choreo a lot in the song. I just think the way that they kind of like just were. It just seems like super energetic, and the choreo kind of matches that same sort of energy. So,
Dude, when they do the I'm a mess part,
yeah.
dude, every time I see that part, I'm saying this in like the most adoring way possible. I just see like Squidward. Like I see contemporary dancing Squidward, where he's doing like the wacky like arm movements.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like so comical.
It hits.
Yeah, it hits the same way. It's so like chaotic and wavy and
Oh my god.
brings me back.
Yeah. I like that part of the choreo. I think the boom boom booms have infiltrated my For You page way too much, and now I can only see it as a TikTok dance. But I still think it's so good.
Some of the TikToks that came from this are really good though. We got a lot of good collabs. Like there's one I think that's my favorite is I think it's Sakura doing the challenge with her bodyguards.
Oh yeah.
Where they're deadpan the whole time and wearing suits and sunglasses but nailing the choreo. It's so funny.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to watch it.
There's a lot of really good content because this song was so popular for so long.
Yeah.
That just like the content that came from it is like endless. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I remember hearing this, like I said earlier, on my Spotify like playlist. I was listening to a lot of New Jeans at the time, and I just remember this song coming on, and I was like, my face immediately like bunched up and was like, "What is this? I wonder who this is." And and I really like I said, I've been waiting to talk about SSerafim for a bit, and this was like kind of like the jumping off point for me, at least, to get more into their catalog. And actually, I've enjoyed pretty much their entirety of what they've released so far. Obviously, we haven't gotten into any major B-sides, but I will check those out later. But this one was one that sold me right out the gate, and still very similarly to Therese, I was like, I'm hooked on this. I just think it's that like I'm a mess part, just that like the way that beat comes in is just like
all of the
it just hits.
It's just such a I don't know.
It's chaotic good. That's what I
it's
view
chaotic
it as.
good. It's also just like so reflective, I guess, where I'm literally singing this and dancing around in my sweats at home. Like I am a mess. I need to do my dishes, but I'm gonna listen to SSerafim instead.
Yeah.
But I did want to shout out. I think Yoonjin is credited on the song. I'm looking at the credits now. Ha Yoonjin.
Yep.
Is that her name?
Very sick.
She's on the credits. Maybe for a little rap part, maybe for some of the lyrics. Very, very cool. And then of course the rest of the team. The Hybe uses a lot of people to write a song, and I really like it. But I'm not gonna list all the names. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go look up the credits.
Yeah, but this one was great. And I think the way that they transition from different sounds like within the song entirely, I think is very well like mixed together. It doesn't feel like, and I mean, even if in some parts it might be like jarring a little bit, I think the way that the way that it's reflective in that way is really nice, where like you'll get like that I'm a mess part, and then it'll go into like this really like super like subbed out bass where you're like, damn, this is really sick. This would probably sound great in some like really good like speakers and like maybe a subwoofer. But yeah, I thought the arrangement of the track's great. I think the actual like the vocals throughout were really sick. Just one that I'm excited to listen to this, and then also the like all of the other remixes to follow. I think I've heard. I don't think I've heard any of the remixes, so I'll have to jump into all of them. But
I think they put out basically a whole album of them.
that's
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I don't know if I would recommend all the remixes. I think the remix train is going a little too heavy with not a lot of differences.
Yeah,
Obviously, there are some that are done by certain artists that you can count are different enough, but for the most
It's
part,
like the same song. Yeah.
I was
yeah,
gonna say, like, I recommend if you're gonna get into them, like the Rena one, the BB one, and the Jurin unofficial one on YouTube. Those are like a good
Check those
starting
three.
point.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want more, go listen to the
yeah,
other
because
8 of them.
there's another remix that literally just features Demi Lovato, and obviously, like, I love Demi
forgot
Lovato.
about
I
that.
love hearing her
Queen,
sing.
yeah.
I forgot
But
about that.
there was like almost no difference to the song other than she was in it, and I
Yeah.
feel like that was definitely a radio push.
Oh, for
There's
sure,
an English version, same song. I feel like it's already in English. I don't know. But yeah, Rina
lot of it is.
Sawayama, really good. I think I'm a huge Rina fan. They know this, but
Wait, you're Arena Sayama.
oh my gosh, yes. But yeah, I think she takes a lot more ownership on the song, whereas the rest of the remixes might have just been to add one or two things. So
she put the effort in. Yeah, I got you.
yeah.
I like that. Well, I'm gonna go listen to that like 7 more times, guys. So I hope you're excited.
Yep.
But the next one
That's
is,
actually our next video is another
it's actually all the remixes. You're listening to it right now. Now this next one is Perfect Night. This one is one of the newest songs from SSerafim. So
Also haven't heard this or watched the video or anything.
Same. Have not heard, have not seen.
All right.
I've stayed away from it.
all right.
But I will preface by saying I hate Overwatch.
Same.
I have
As
no-
someone
okay.
who played
I
a
have
lot
no
of
opinion.
Overwatch.
No
Same.
opinion.
I played a lot of Overwatch 1, whatever.
Yeah.
When that came out, I played a lot. And I loved it, and then the game got bad, and then they released Overwatch 2, and then Blizzard sucks, and
Yep.
yada yada yada. But I will happily separate the IP from the girls for a good song. So
Yeah.
I will not take that into account when judging this.
Also, Kumo asked if you guys have heard the Japanese release Jewelry.
I don't think I don't think I've
No.
listened to any of their Japanese specific stuff actually. So
Okay. Oh. Top 3 SSerafim songs for me, and it has a video. So
okay. Maybe we'll check
Maybe.
it out. I think we generally get boomed for the Japanese releases.
we do get boomed. Yeah.
So we
Oh.
might not be able to check it out on
Live.
here,
Yeah.
but I will definitely check it out.
We'll be like.
Oh.
We'll be
Why
like
is that?
Eve.
I
boomed.
don't know, just copywriting differences, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
Japanese has higher restrictions on copyright, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much get like globally blocked whenever
Yeah.
you touch anything Japanese almost every time.
We'll be like this.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be like this. We'll be like Eve and get boom, boom, boom. Sorry, that was a
Yeah,
terrible
which
joke.
sucks because like sometimes the Japanese stuff is like what really is like
Really
what really
hits.
hits. Like the
Really
Japanese stuff
hits.
for Dreamcatcher is like some of my favorite,
It
but
hits different.
we
yeah.
just can't get into it, unfortunately.
And flying.
Damn. It's all right.
Like I would love to do an episode on Izu, but
Oh.
I
Maybe
think
we'll
we
just
would
do a
probably-
stream. Maybe we'll just stream it and then just not post it. We'll just do the live stream and
yeah, because we wouldn't be able to upload anything. From
couldn't
that.
upload it. Yeah. So, something to consider. Anyway, this next one is Perfect Night. So, let's get into their new song.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Overwatch 2.
That's not SSerafim.
Me and my girlies, we gon' party till it's early. Got me feeling otherworldly tonight. Caught in some traffic, but the radio was blasting. Drop a red light and we're saying goodbye. Ooh, like the morning, feel like magic. I got all I need, you know nothing else can beat the way that I feel when I'm dancing with my girls. Perfect energy, yeah, we flawless, yeah, we free. There's no better feeling in the whole wide world. Tonight, I don't care what's wrong or right. Don't stop blowing up my line. I can't read 11:59, but nothing comes after midnight. Come and take a ride with me. I got a credit card and some good company, so come through with a fit real good. Why is this that the running way? Lean on you, babe. Ooh, night till morning, live slow motion. I got all I need, you know nothing else can beat the way that I feel when I'm dancing with my girls. Perfect energy, yeah, we flawless, yeah, we free. There's no better feeling in the whole wide world. Tonight, I don't care what's wrong or right. Don't stop blowing on my line. I can't read 11:59, but nothing comes after midnight. By the morning, feel like magic. I got all I need, you know nothing else can beat the way that I feel when I'm dancing with my girls. Perfect energy, yeah, we flawless, yeah, we free. There's no better feeling in the whole wide world. Tonight, I don't care what's wrong or right. Don't stop blowing up my line. I can't read 11:59. Don't stop blowing up my line.
Okay.
Dang it. That's a good song.
Yeah, that's really good. I gotta say, like, off rip, my first thoughts on this are I was really expecting something more along the lines of like a KDA, more aggressive, what I would typically picture to be like a video game collab track.
Mhm.
Fair, yeah.
Something they would pair up with like some kind of cinematic, like for gameplay or something that would appeal to, I don't know, maybe like the crowd that would be,
Into that.
I guess, comparatively, the crowd, I guess, that they're going for are the same people that are into like the KDA League of Legends collab, right?
Okay.
People that are like the people that are like, you know, maybe have played Overwatch but love SSerafim, or maybe love Overwatch and have not heard of SSerafim or have just heard of them. I think they're like trying to catch on to those audiences, and that's what Riot does with their groups, not just KDA. But it's interesting for them to go with like more of like a chilled, like low key kind of vibe.
Yeah,
It's really nice. It's really nice.
I was curious because I'm looking through the credits and I recognize some of these in the sense that I think they've worked with SSerafim before, and I
Okay.
kind of like that.
All Korean producers.
No. Well, actually, one of them that's listed has a Spotify profile. Her name is Lauren Akalina, and she's done 11 I've Criminal Tamen. She did one for Rena, and so she's credited on a lot of really good recent songs and like a lot of K-pop. So I think it's interesting that we're reaching a point where the K-pop producers are the Western producers, and it's all just kind of mixing together. And I think this song actually fits really well in SSerafim's discography. So
I agree.
I'm kind of
Sure.
upset that it's an Overwatch sponsored song because I didn't want to stream it, but I
Yeah,
kind of
Feels
want to
bad.
stream it now.
it feels bad because I don't want Blizzard to get any of my money, man.
No, no, no,
But I
no.
want
I'm not
Blizzard,
getting those
but-
skins. I'm not opening Overwatch.
Nah, sorry, you can't convince me. But man, it hurts because I saw like the merch collab for this. It looks awesome.
Damn.
And like the designs of the characters and the skins and like the promotional art for it is all really good. Like whoever did the artwork, like the animated versions of the girls, did a really good job. They're really really well done. You can tell who everyone is, which has always been a problem. And it looks good. It looks like the Overwatch art, but it like retains all of the personalities of the girls. I thought it was really well done. Obviously the song's also fully in English,
Yes.
which I
Correct.
guess
Oh.
makes sense going for
Yeah.
Didn't even notice.
Broad
Yeah.
audience. Yeah.
And I think the Blizzard doesn't get money from the song, just the in-game stuff. Okay, cool. Well,
That
maybe
makes
I
sense.
can-
'Cause
maybe
now
I
we can all stream
Yeah,
it
I
now.
was-
streaming it.
I was trying to figure out like what this release is considered a part of. I guess it could just be a single that Overwatch
Yeah.
took
They just put their brand on.
was able to make the music
wonder
video
why.
for. Yeah, why?
If anyone knows why, I'm not like saying they shouldn't have. I'm just curious to why, because I don't know if it's for any specific event for Overwatch or if like
I think it's for the
Everything.
skins.
That would make
Right.
sense.
but the skins would like they weren't planning SSerafim skins on their own. The skins were planned because they're doing a collab with SSerafim. So I guess I'm
Yeah.
just curious like what the whole point of this whole campaign was. If there's something specific or if they just linked up and decided to work something out.
No, it's
They
definitely
want
like
K-pop fan money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah,
you're not wrong.
they're counting on the fans that are gonna drop tons of money on those loot boxes and get the skins.
Yeah, the skins. Yeah.
So
Also,
it's it is sponsored by Blizzard. I don't know. I'm not
Who
convinced
knows?
that they
Yeah.
aren't getting any money from a song, but I'm still gonna listen to it because it's a good song.
Yeah, whatever. Stream the song. Do not open Overwatch. Listening to this right now, do not open Overwatch. I thought the concept of the video was cute too. Basically, it's
Yeah.
all the Overwatch characters
Characters, yeah.
trying to get their way to
a
the
LeSerafim show.
SSerafim concert, and it looked like the
Ooh.
LeSerafim girls were like almost. I don't know. It looked like they were maybe like doing a rehearsal or like a sound check
Yeah.
or something for their part of the video, which was cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
I was gonna say, on the topic of not giving Blizzard any of your money, I would like a track that features Sombra's sound effects. Because they're good sound effects.
I like how we were just dunking on them, and then you're like, actually,
I know. I
though.
was like, don't give them your money,
just
but
actually-
also, could someone make a song?
Oh my god.
Because I was gonna point out in, I think it was Anti-Fragile, when they had the sound effects from the meteors or like the
Yes.
explosions.
Oh
I
my
thought that
God.
was
Yeah.
really distracting to the song itself. But I kind of liked the little electronic sound effects in this one.
Oh, like the little like 8-bit or like 16-bit
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree with that. I enjoy the song a lot actually. This might be one of my favorite LeSerafim songs. I enjoyed the guitar work. Obviously, I feel like I'm super biased on a lot of guitar work, but this one again kind of brings home that sort of like city pop, like lo-fi jazz quality that I feel like this group does super well. But yeah, this was a great song. If I closed my eyes and didn't think this was an Overwatch song, I think I would have still. I mean, I'm still gonna listen to it anyway. But I think if I like didn't even realize like the music video was related to Overwatch 2, I still probably wouldn't have thought anything Overwatch related was in this song. Like, there's just no
Right.
way. So
Oh, it does say with Overwatch too, so maybe it is just the music video. That
yeah,
okay.
could be. But
So are they promoting this? Does anyone know? Is this like
promo,
is there like a
promos.
I mean,
Are we
they've
getting
been
music stages? Are we getting dance practices? Anyone know? I know they're in the U.S. right now. I know they went to like
Yeah.
a Lakers game.
They're going to perform for something Overwatch related. Let me double.
Oh, they're going to
check
BlizzCon.
that.
Sorry.
Yeah. They're performing at BlizzCon.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
And I don't know. Maybe they'll do some American late night rounds.
TV show.
That's our new
yeah.
music show, apparently.
Yeah, please
So-
go on the good ones if there are any good ones left.
Yeah. I wonder who else is who else took that train, because I think I heard Jungkook was performing this week too in New York.
BlizzCon?
No, just in New York.
At
At BlizzCon. He's up there doing 7.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Well, I know.
Like
I
maybe
was like,
TXT is shooting another music video. I don't know. I always think that like they're traveling in groups.
okay, for me, when I heard they were collabing with Overwatch 2, I'm like, Overwatch 2 has an 11% game score on the Steam store right now. The game has an 11% positive reviews. Like, SSerafim, you don't need to save this game. You guys are so much better than this. But I know, I don't know if any of the other girls are. I know Sakura is a gamer girl.
Hell yeah.
She was posting pictures of like her gaming setup, and looks actually pretty nice. So
Okay.
maybe this
Flex.
is like maybe she had a little push in this, or maybe like the girls just really wanted to do it. So if that's the case, and like they're into Overwatch and they're all about it, then more power to them. Then I'm happy for them. More power to them. I don't want them to be the crutch to save this dying game.
I don't think it's gonna save it.
And Crusoe said that the rest of them are notoriously not gamers, and then Akumo said that Kura had a gaming YouTube channel before she was in SSerafim. That's wild.
Oh, cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I actually remember that. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. Somebody showed me before that after Aswan, she was doing YouTube for a while. So I guess that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know a thing or two about that.
Oh, they played Overwatch with Sakura. That's probably really funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, maybe it was her like, oh my god, I really want to work with them.
I want to collab with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
not
Overwatch? Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay.
whatever it was.
Big
I'm
sad.
sure it was fun.
But yeah, no, this song was great. I think, like, again, I think musically, I feel like it's gonna reach that much more of a broader audience, which is nice. And also I think it's just cool that a lot of I feel like K-pop's starting to see a lot more of a resurgence here in the States, arguably. So, not that I feel like it was at a low point at all, but I think like I start to see it more mainstream media where it's like I feel like bigger groups are getting covered now. Like groups are getting covered more frequently, more often. So that's
It's
awesome.
everywhere when you're paying attention.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
true.
I was not
I
paying
have
attention
kind
for a
of
long time, so it makes sense.
A hot take.
Hot take. Oh, hot take, Therese. Let's
Hot
go.
take.
Therese is downloading Overwatch 2 right now.
While that's downloading. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah.
I would never.
I'm buying the skins.
Was noticing this too, what you're saying about how it's having a resurgence in America, or at least more popularity than we've ever seen. And I started wondering, like, with all of these groups that are breaking BTS's records, it makes sense because the audience is a lot larger, so there's a lot more people buying now. But I'm wondering, everyone puts BTS on a pedestal for good reason. They paved the way, all that stuff. But I'm wondering if those groups, like BTS and Blackpink, might have been the first K-pop groups to get popular, but I don't know if they're the most popular any longer. I think the other groups are just catching up to their popularity. So now we have a bunch of like super famous K-pop groups, because almost everyone knows New Jeans now. And a lot of people have heard of Stray Kids. Like, as soon as I'm talking to a local and I mention K-pop, they talk about Blackpink, BTS, and then Stray Kids, and I'm pretty surprised. And then, yeah, there's just a lot more visibility, and it's crazy. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's a good crazy though. I think it's like, you know, I kind of attribute to like obviously Alex and I come from the metal background, and there's not really too many metal artists that kind of reach that sort of caliber of popularity, just because obviously it's not a genre that everybody listens to. But maybe someday it'll get popular. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's kind of wishful thinking on my part, but I think that's kind of
Metal in general, or
well,
like
I
any
think like the
particular-
type of music that Alex and I kind of both listen to, which is not like a Metallica metal, like it's completely different.
Right.
So I think it's like that's how I can kind of reference it or put it in a frame of reference, at least for me, but obviously to a way higher extent because K-pop is like up here, and like the type of music I listen to is like not even in the same frame.
I
Yeah.
think the popularity is hard to judge. I think the visibility is up there. I
Sure,
think
yeah.
K-pop had such a meteoric rise. Like literally 5 years ago, I was asking my friends about BTS, and they had no idea who I was talking about.
And now they
So like, yeah, so like it's. I don't know about the popularity because there's still a lot of K-pop concerts that aren't selling out, and there's still a lot of people that don't really know what K-pop is or have a lot of misconceptions about it.
Okay.
But I do
That
think
makes
the
sense.
visibility is way up there.
It is
Same
really
with
hard
metal.
to judge.
Like everyone knows what metal music is. They just don't know any bands. So
yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what the popularity difference would be.
Oh, it's
yeah,
much lower.
That's a good point. I think like something that comes to mind is recently that what is it called, like the K-pop Superstage show or whatever happening in New York, the one with like Psy and ATEEZ.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what the actual
Eugene-
name is,
it-
but
Let me look it up.
It had something to do with like it was like Korea's like it was basically I'm pretty sure is like people
Immortal
immigrate-
Songs.
yeah,
people
Immortal Song
immigrate-
Stage.
Yeah, I think it was people immigrating to from Korea to the United States. I think that was what the celebration
I think you're
was for.
thinking of something different.
Am I thinking of something different? I could be.
I think so.
Because
This is like
this is-
celebrating basically like legendary artists, and like it's supposed to be like cover stages and like
Okay.
iconic songs and
Yeah,
celebrating
it's-
like the history of music.
It's just an episode of
Oh,
a
yeah.
Korean TV show. So
Okay. I'm dead wrong. That's cool.
So that they planned on doing it at a huge venue, I think MetLife or
oh yeah.
something like that,
MetLife. It was
and they
MetLife,
just
yeah.
and they had New Jeans on it, and it sold not well, even with New Jeans on it. Which, let's be real, like people know who Psy is here. People, ATEEZ has a great fandom here. New Jeans has a huge fandom here. I would say most casual K-pop, even maybe in deep K-pop fans, don't know anyone on the rest of that lineup, and that's a really tough sell to go sit through like a 5-hour, 6-hour show or whatever it is. If you're thinking you're gonna hear a half hour of your favorite group or like 7 songs from your favorite group,
It's
Gotcha.
it's
And I
definitely
think-
for the older K-pop stands. So
yes, which I think
Which have money,
there's
right?
some misjudgment that happened there, and we're not sure why New Jeans pulled out of that show. At least I'm not sure why they pulled out of that show, and with the venue downgrade and like the sales were super low, then they dropped the prices and then raised the prices back up. So it seems like there's definitely some misunderstandings on the visibility versus the actual popularity and,
Right.
and the need, the demand for it, because
Yeah.
K-pop concerts are not in demand like right now like they were pre-COVID or
Right.
like towards the end of, quote unquote, towards the end of COVID. We're getting a lot of tours right now. We're getting a lot of festival performances. We're getting a lot of content right now. It's hard for people to juggle going to the tours that are coming that they're prioritizing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's
yeah.
like you have the Luna units coming around. You have like all Choose Showcase going. You have Purple Kiss on tour right now. You have all these like tours going on. People can't juggle the smaller shows, let alone these like
Mid to higher tier.
these higher
No.
tier where they're selling
Especially-
$600 before resale tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a crash post-COVID entertainment because everyone was like scrambling for concerts and parties after COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, weddings. Oh my God, so many weddings. And now that everyone's kind of caught up and had their fill, it's they've spent all of their money on this stuff. They don't have the money to go to any more concerts. It's the end of the year. This particular Kumo saying it's a music competition show. So this particular concert for the music competition show, Immortal Songs, they gave everyone like 2 months notice that it was happening. There was no time to like even consider if you had the money to buy tickets. You had to buy tickets like the next day.
Oof.
And that was probably super scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
But like something related to that is like Luna recently, back before the end of Luna, they came to Reading, Pennsylvania. They came to the Santander Arena, I think.
Yep, you're correct. Yep.
I think Santander.
It's the only big one there.
And they sold well, and then I think the unit, the one of the recent units came, and they had a tour stop scheduled for Reading, and it sold so poorly that they ended up canceling it because there's just a difference in like the demand. Because when Luna came by before, it was like I think 2022, like mid 2022 maybe, and like the demand was a little more there. It's like now it's getting a little saturated. Now it's like, oh, people, it's harder to sell. Reading, Pennsylvania is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's great for me and Brandon. We live. It's a 30-minute drive for us. It's actually like the greatest venue anyone could play for us.
Yeah, where he's at. Yeah.
But for most of the tri-state area, or wherever anyone in Pennsylvania, New York, DC, it's a really odd place. But it has worked well for Dreamcatcher. It's worked well for ATs, I think. I could be wrong on that. I forget. There was a boy group who went there. It may or may not be ATs. But it works well when there's a high demand because people are willing to travel to weird spots for the concert.
Go see them. Yeah.
It doesn't work so well when people are like, oh, well, I can't go out of town for this concert because I have another one this
I'm
week.
going to,
You know what I mean?
Priorities, yeah. So
literally this year, I'm feeling the Florida struggle. But I drove to Atlanta to see Mamamoo, and I didn't want to pay for a plane ticket. I didn't want to pay for a hotel. The trip for me to Atlanta is a 6-hour drive. Ooh. I drove up there, watched the concert, and started driving back and just slept in my car. I was so sick of having to travel for concerts.
Respect.
And it was worth it because I got to see Mamamoo. And actually, the car was pretty comfortable. I found a nice little rest stop that had police patrol. So, like, yeah, I did a 12-hour drive just to see one K-pop concert.
Woo. That's what Kumo said.
That's cool. I mean, there's definitely
Kumo's in Florida too. You get it. You get it. Atlanta is not close for Floridians, guys. It's not. It's not close.
Doesn't sound like it.
But it looks so close. It looks so close.
Yeah, the maps.
It's like
we just scrunched the map up a little bit, Yeah.
Just go up.
Yeah, just drive.
Just do the hurricane travel path.
Yeah. Yeah, just wait for the next hurricane. Jump up, open your arms, and catch the breeze.
If there was a hurricane at any time for a K-pop concert, I would not make it. Like, those roads get so clogged up.
Yikes. Oh my god. Wow.
And all of the gas is gone. You can't get anywhere. Like,
I respect the lengths that people go to get to a concert. I mean, you saw, I'm sure, in our server, Therese Dell is driving 14 hours each way from
that's insane.
From like the mid Saskatchewan, Canada or something to like
Canada
Michigan or
has it so bad. Yeah, I can complain about Florida, but truthfully, Canada and Europe have it so bad.
He's driving 14 hours each day to see Purple Kiss. So I definitely feel for the people. I can't complain.
Yeah.
I can't complain being like 2 hours from two of the major stops.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And we're also seeing Purple Kiss in Philly on Saturday. So
Saturday. Yep.
come say hello if you live in the Philadelphia area. Come say hi to us.
Yeah.
I will be there later because I just bought GA. Alex bought, I think, the full get up, so
I'll be there all day.
He'll be there all day. I'm his chauffeur. I'm his chauffeur home, so it's very sick.
I do want to go to another K-pop concert. I just don't know
You
when
saw
or.
that.
A lot of my groups are in the military right now, so that'll be hard.
Oh, that's true. Cause yeah, you have all the guy. You want like.
I
your
got all
guy
the third
stand.
gen
Yeah.
boy groups back here.
Oof, feels bad. At least you'll
It's
save
fine.
money. You'll save some
I'm
money.
enjoying. I'm definitely gonna go to New Jeans if they ever come around. I mean,
Oh,
they will. But
same.
when they come around, I'm going.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I guess to read some comments here, we were just talking about how Akumo just said it's still BTS, Blackpink, New Jeans 50/50 are all popping off in the U.S. right now. Twice already had been popular here, and then just talked about the show. And then he also said he was hype when DC came through Orlando. So I have yet to see Dreamcatcher. That's one group that I think I would shell out the funds for to go see.
I would have walked
sure.
on over to the Dreamcatcher concert.
for
It was not good timing. I feel so bad because I really wanted to go. I was excited to finally have someone relatively in town.
I'll have to tell Dami I'm a Dami stan, so in real life. And then Crusoe said if I had less anxiety in crowds, I would go to a lot more concerts, especially since I live just outside of Atlanta, so K-pop groups are always here. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a tough thing, but hopefully you get the courage to go to a show. I mean, especially if it's a group you love. I mean, I can speak for a lot of the metal shows that I go to. So excited to see Purple Kiss because the only other group I've seen is Tribe, and that was also very fun. So I know I'm gonna have a good time. So very cool. Well, that was SSerafim. I don't know if we have anything
And
else.
the rant.
And the rant. We talked a lot about other bullshit, which is great. We love doing that. I don't know who we're doing next week. I don't know who we have on the docket.
Yeah, who are we gonna do?
I also don't know. We got options. But
I'll pitch ATs
Ooh,
because I've got their playlist done for part one.
Oh, okay.
you know I'm
me,
down for ATs.
Let's go.
I think
ATs.
I
It'll
already
be
got
a
my
good one.
bias lined up, ready to go. I'm not changing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I realize this is I'm gonna take. You guys said something about the Japanese version, so I'm taking one of the songs off. I'm sorry, ATs. But that's okay because there are 14 videos on this playlist, so
let's
we
go.
can definitely cut it down.
Nice.
They're an interesting group because they release 2 title tracks per album, so that comes along with 2 music videos
Very
per
sick.
album. And I think the fans actually vote on which one to promote first or something like that. It's pretty cool. I don't know them very well, but a lot of people tell me about them, and I appreciate the knowledge.
They have been
Nice.
recommended to us a lot, so I feel like we'll probably do them.
Yeah. Okuma says check out Rolling Courts. We actually know Rolling Courts. I've
Yes.
seen them a couple times. They are very good.
I love
seen
Rolling Courts. Yeah.
They are very good. I like them too. Some of my friends are playing a show with them in, I think, the Philippines, which is really sick.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're
cool.
on like this insanely weird lineup that somehow has Rolling Courts.
I forgot that you actually know bands.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing. They played recently with
I'll look it up real
Sinsnake.
quick. Sin Snake?
Oh.
Yeah. They're
seriously?
sick.
Yeah.
They're also really sick. Shout out Sin Snake. Come on the show. Love to have you.
Cool.
Yeah, let me see.
You gotta get Rolling Courts here.
Oh man, that would be sick. Well, maybe we'll. I don't know. Well, I know we definitely talked about it. Oh yeah, so they're playing with Parkway Drive. They're playing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Philippines.
That's a crazy schedule.
Wild lineup, insane lineup. But yeah. So we have ATs. Maybe we'll give out a couple of suggestions, but I think we'll probably do ATs since I know there's gonna be 1 week where you may or may not see Therese in a live. So, because I know
Yeah, I'll be out for a week
She'll
for
be out for a week.
real world job things.
I thought you said 1 week where you may not see Therese alive.
I did what?
I won't be alive.
would
I will
never
be
s-
dying.
I would never say that about Therese. I would not wish that upon her.
Yeah.
So, if I had the SSerafim store, then I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. If you're on here on Twitch, give us a follow, because that's when you'll find out when we go live and do all that stuff. So it'd be really sick if you gave us a follow. And thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys gave us a lot of helpful information that I'm pretty sure we would have not survived without. So always love that. So if you do want to give your input and hang out, let us know. Come join us on Twitch. And yeah. Thanks to Therese and Alex for coming on, and we will see you in the next one, which is, I'm going to guess is going to be ATs probably. So, hope you're excited.
Yep, sounds good.
Woo.
See ya. See you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.